What's up, guys? It is Rocket Bear, and this is the third game in my series. And I've decided to focus on key games in the series instead of every single game, because casting every single game in a row is exhausting. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Kyle. He would love to play StarCraft. I think he'd be very good at it, actually, but alas, he is too busy with all the mommies on his jock. Now, moving ahead, I'm going to use this as a starting point. It was actually my placement match today, because, you know, today is the start of Season 2. And it's a starting point for me, because it is my poison. It is such a terrible matchup for me, and I guess every other Zerg. It is Zerg versus Zerg. And I have such a terrible time with Zerg versus Zerg. I can't get the speed down, or the timing down, or the reactiveness. Basically, everything that makes a good Zerg is thrown out and multiplied by 2. That is Zerg versus Zerg. So, I'm going to focus on a few key points in this game. I have my scout. See, he starts out as random, actually. And, I see him. I did not know that he was Zerg. I started out immediately with the idea that I was going to go 14 pool, 14 hatch, and expand early. And I see this. I see that he's Zerg. I'm looking for it right now. I'm looking for his spawning pool. I see that. I see that it's halfway done. I'm thinking speedlings or something, right? So back to my base. Instead of making a hatchery, I completely switch gears and make some gas, an extractor. This is intuitive play, right? I mean, I'm using my just reactiveness to make an extractor, maybe go for some speedlings or something. Instead, I don't know what went through my head, but I end up building roaches. I end up building roaches over here. Put down my roach warren. And my idea, I guess, was to get out roaches and get some sort of upgrades for them. My timing is completely off here. It's terrible. I mean, I had this timing down for like a 7 roach rush or the 5 roach rush. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that back in the day when people still killed about, or my friends at least, we still cared about build orders. I mean, I had this select group of friends that we played with. We played with each other, and once we got up into like gold, we started doing like 2v2. We got platinum. Occasionally, I think one of our 3v3s was diamond or something, and we'd just be like, our macro is so good that we do not have to follow any sort of build order or general strategy. In fact, we will just do whatever the hell we want. And that's how I play. That's how I played, and I see it now that it's becoming just a fallacy, because I'm doing whatever I want, and I'm not focusing on the game. I'm focusing on what can I do to sound cool or be cool. What can I do to utterly humiliate the other player without ever thinking about what that other player is going to do to me. So moving on, the timing's very terrible. I pull out my queen, or my queen comes out of the hatchery. I don't whip out my queen. That's just lewd. I put the larva on the hatchery. In an ideal situation for this sort of build, you'd love to have 32 supply, so you could make your 7 roaches, and you'd love to have those larvae out as soon as that roach warren hatches, ideally. Ideally, you want everything to be lined up so you can just continually produce those roaches, send them on their way, and wreak havoc on his base. But that doesn't happen for me. I mean, right now, they'd probably come out, what is the build time for a roach? 27 seconds. They come out about 5 minutes, excuse me. They'd come out at 5 minutes. They're going to come out a lot later than that for me. I have this evolution chamber. I think I'm going to focus on getting that +1 attack for ranged. Maybe if I'd researched that sooner, I don't know. Right now, maybe, do I research it now? Do I? I think I do. Anyway, my roaches come out. I send them on their way to go and wreak havoc. And I expand behind this, and this is where I gain a sort of false sense of security, or a false sense of confidence, because I know he's expanded. And I know that he's going to have to cancel this or let it be destroyed. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. So right now, this is what's going through my head. I'm doing well. I mean, I don't notice the fact that I have like 12 drones or 10 drones, and I'm not droning up. Instead, I'm trying to reinforce this awkwardly with a combination of lings and roaches and not focusing on my drones. He, however, is droning up. He's doing a very smart, larva-friendly protection policy. What is this? Like the government, we have defense policy. He's putting down spine crawlers. He does this intuitively, thinking that I might grow roaches, might I add. He does, I want to show you this weird, awkward micro. I pull out, or do this blink stalker micro, the roach pullback micro. I don't kill his queen. Maybe I should have killed this queen. What I want to criticize right here is how come I didn't go around and started killing drones? He is completely not defended back here. What am I thinking? What am I thinking about attacking his front like this when he has 3 spine crawlers, a queen, and a lair? I saw this lair earlier. I didn't think much of it. I was kind of, I don't know what I was, I thought I could win this with my small amount of roaches and my reinforcement lings, but anyway, so I end up killing his queen. Do I lose a roach? I might, no, I don't think I do lose, no, I don't, oh, I do, never mind, I do lose a roach, everyone. And I sat in the back, I'm just containing him, my focus is containing him. I don't know why, look, okay, watch this, watch how long this hatchery goes without a drone. It's like 3, maybe I don't, or 30 seconds. There's a drone there. I don't transfer because I don't have anything to transfer. This is how terrible I let my macros slip. If I had maybe turned these lings into drones and these roaches into drones, this game would have gone awesomely different in my favor. I haven't contained. I mean, my positioning and my build is just off. As you can see, I have my missile attacks researched. I'm researching my missile attacks. And I'm getting the supply. I get supply blocked a lot. I need to work on that. I need to see. I used to be so amazing in not getting supply blocked, especially when I played Terran. It's a lot easier with Zerg actually, just because you hit your Overlord key and forget about it. Anyway, so here I am. I'm attacking his Roach Warren. And let me rewind a little bit. 9 o'clock or 9 minutes. Going in this way. Just send him in. I scout that. I'm gonna kill his Roach Warren. That's my goal here. Instead of going around and attacking his drones. And now he has roaches. I mean that strategy would not be, or that tactic would not be the best tactic because he has roaches and he could. But I'd still do significant damage if I just started focusing on drones. Maybe enough to win the game. Just there. Because I mean a Zerg without drones is like, you know, Idra hungover. He'd probably play better than me actually hungover, but anyway. So we're going along, and I pull out with my roaches, and I'm just gonna stick them there. Actually, no, I'm gonna go back in and kill the Roach Warren. I'm speeding up here. Anyway, you get the point. Kill the Roach Warren, set him back a few pegs. Again, looking back at my base, what am I doing? Absolutely nothing that would favor me. I have 6 drones here. It's been a good minute since this has been finished. Or actually, let me look. It's been a good 2 minutes actually. I'm just so completely pissed off at myself for playing this terribly. So I'm speeding up here. You get the point. He's going for this Hydra. This is genius. He's using his reactive Zerg-like behavior. And he plays random too. I mean, random players are often, you know, the little one he played, or when he played random. It's like a bag of tricks. You never know what they're gonna do. They're just brilliant players overall. Burying my roaches there, preventing his expansion, moving in. What am I doing? What is my game plan? Burrowed roaches? Or are my infestors? No, instead I plan to go mutas. Who does that? Who plans to go mutas against Hydralisks? I mean, they're like turrets against me. They're the best, probably one of the best units, except for maybe like a Thor and a bunch of stimmed Marines against mutas. And yet I go mutas against Hydras. Just speeding on through here. He's gonna push out. He expands behind his push out. What do I do? I see this somehow. I think I see that with that. Yeah, I see that with my overseer, my hidden overseer. I'd like to congratulate myself on not actually scouting until it's too late, but throw down a bunch of spine crawlers. I have my Ling army. I'm like, I can ride this out. I can ride this Hydra wave out. Instead he pulls out, he pulls up, and he kills my hatchery. And let's focus on let me slow this down. Slow it down. Going down to normal speed. Those Zerglings are so slow. They don't even have speed yet. They don't even have speed yet. I'm researching speed while I'm being attacked. I am pulling around, gonna get that surround off on the Hydras. Little did I understand that Hydras can, a group of them can completely decimate a group of Zerglings. They kill them in, what, like, less than 2 seconds. A little more than 2 seconds. Let's see, 2.4 seconds, excuse me. That's faster in game time, so it's more like 1.8 seconds. But anyway, you get the point. I kill maybe a few Hydras. He has 42 Hydras in the beginning of this battle, and I kill approximately 6. I eventually wise up and try to salvage myself by going Infestors. Infestors, I mean, do you think that if I had gone, instead of Mutalisks, if I had focused in Banelings and Infestors before any sort of Mutalisk, I could have potentially warded off this attack. I mean, you think about it, Banelings are good against Hydras. They soften them up for the Zerglings, for the fungal growth. A fungal growth could kill them, or roughly kill them. It's good against roaches. I think Banelings, Speedlings, and Infestors would be a superb strategy against this. I would have easily won the game if I was off 3 bases just producing those 3 units. Simple strategy, simple goal. Instead, my goal is flawed. My goal isn't to win the game, I think. It's just to survive. And that's not a good goal. Your goal should always be to win. And that's how the game ends. Nothing really important except for you can see I go out here, I have extended bases, random bases out there. I'm gonna survive and kill him with my 4 Mutalisks. 4 Mutalisks. Gonna kill his massive amount of Hydras, all his hatcheries. I mean, that was the worst placement match ever. You can infer that I was probably demoted, as I was. It's sad. That's the worst gut-wrenching feeling ever when you get demoted in StarCraft 2. Your goal is to better yourself. Your goal is to have fun while bettering yourself, and then you have this massive, I don't know, for lack of a better word, cock block in the way, which is the Silver League, or whatever league is below you. You've lived so long above that league, and now you're back, especially in 1v1. It feels terrible. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the cast. I'm out. That was a terrible game for me. I hope you enjoyed. Comments, criticisms, questions, remarks, all that stuff. Comment. I have a Reddit post about this. Wonderful. Reddit is a wonderful site. That's it, guys. This is my little video addendum for the end of the video. I'd like to thank my opponent for teaching me what a terrible Zerg I was, and his name, as you remember, was Just Listen. Just Listen, what a sublime name for the Zerg who was intelligent enough to defeat my failed strategies. This is also proof that I was in fact demoted to the Silver League, and that I started out as Gold League. You see here, last season, I was Gold, 24 wins, and today, on this sad day, October... What's the date, Evan? It's sometime in October. The date it's fleeing me. Let's see if I can go over it. And it is October 25th, Tuesday, October 25th, when StarCraft 2, or Blizzard, as we like to call them, releases the new season, and I get demoted to Silver League. Like I said, this is rock bottom for me, and I'm gonna go straight back up with confidence.